Hello, I'm Samita, a career skill wizard. I am on a mission to help 1 lakh students to achieve their career skills. I have been in this journey in the field of education for more than 15 years. And in these interviews, I'll be talking to principals, successful students, and industry experts to find out what are those skills which are essential to achieve success. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want to be notified whenever I upload a video, do hit that bell icon. In the comment section, let me know what are the questions that you would like me to ask my guests. Hello and welcome to another episode of Winds of Change Education. Today, in this episode, I am interviewing Sakshi. Sakshi, who was always a good student throughout in school, loved dancing, and went on from one small place to the capital of India. We will be talking about her journey and we will try and find out what was those points which made her a success that she is today. So welcome Sakshi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a lovely introduction.
So Sakshi, the first question that we will be talking about today is that after you finished your 10th and then you went on to take commerce. First, why was your decision to take commerce? Because everyone who got good marks usually went for science. It was only a few of you who decided to go for commerce. So what was your reason for going for commerce?
So first of all, actually, I would like to mention here that after 10th, I wasn't one of those students who knew what they were going to do after 10th. Like a lot of my other friends were very clear that they were going to pursue for engineering, or some for doctors and some for CA, some for MBAs. But I think I wasn't one of those. I was really not sure of what I was going to do or what I really wanted to do. But on certain things, I was sure was what I didn't want to do. And I think because physics and chemistry always used to scare me, so I knew that, okay, this is not my cup of tea. And biology, I never really understood. So I thought, okay, doctor is also out of picture. So that ways, I think it helped me cut out on my options. So then I started researching as to what all other options are available and what are the good courses that I can take up. And I had a word with a lot of people around me, just having some counseling sessions, some understanding of what other options do I have. And when I came across commerce stream and I went through the subjects that are there in commerce, I think that sort of caught my interest. And I was like, okay, I can definitely go for it. And then I started researching about CA as a profession, because after taking commerce, you have a lot of other options as well. But CA kind of took, it took my interest somehow that, okay, CA can be a good option. I spoke to a lot of CAs around me, and then I think somewhere I was prepared that, okay, let me just start with commerce. And then, 11th and 12th, I took the decision to take commerce because I was sure that I wanted to go for CA. Best option for me.
You took CA. Now, what was your experience in plus two? Because commerce, again, is a new subject, something which you have not studied in the school, except for the mathematics part. And little bit, I think so, you all had some parts of economics. And all these subjects were all new, accountancy and business study, correct. Everything was new. So how was your experience in those 2 years studying new things, learning new things, and which was not what you have studied till 10th standard?
Yeah, correct. So I think for that, I was very lucky that we had very good teachers around us to, guide us correctly in that direction for the new subjects. And luckily, I was also the subjects really interested me. I mean, I was loving what I was studying, and okay, there were theoretical subjects as well. There were practical subjects as well. Like accounts is a very practical subject. and economics is a little theoretical. Economics, anyhow, we get to study before also, so it wasn't like very new to us. But I think business studies and accounts related subjects were pretty much new. But again, because of right teachers with us and because the subjects were so interesting to me, so I think for me, it was a very smooth journey in 11th and 12th. Even though the subjects were new, I never felt any struggle in understanding the subject or grasping the concepts. And yeah, of course, my friends and teachers around me were always there to guide me. So I think that went well pretty smooth. Yeah, that helped a lot.
So then after you finished your 10th, 12th, and then you had to take a leap. Since plus two you were doing in the same college, it was the same atmosphere, same school where you have studied till 10th. So it was the same atmosphere. Now, after you finished your 12th and then you had scored very high, what was your percentage at 12th?
It was 96.5. 96.5, yeah.
So then you got in the best college possible. So you were very happy, definitely, because you had gone to such a good college. But being from a small town where literally you still don't have a mall to speak of or any other source of entertainment other than those two halls that you have, going to Delhi was a big thing for you at that time. Were you frightened?
Of course, yeah.
Were you frightened?
Yes, I mean, honestly, firstly, I mean, I remember in 11th and 12th, my dad used to just joke around with me, ki, okay, if you study well and score well, I'll send you to SRCC. And somewhere deep down, I knew that that was just a bait for me to study well, and he's never ever going to let me to go to a city like Delhi, because as we know, Delhi as a city has its own image. So after my results were out, then we thought that okay, I'm getting an opportunity to go into SRCC. Even after that, I was pretty sure that my parents are not going to take that stand to send me there, because I was very clear about my goal that I had to do CA. And going to college would have meant that I had to delay my CA with 2 or 3 years, because you cannot do college and CA simultaneously. So these are the two major decisions. But then after doing again a lot of research and all, we thought that okay, this is an opportunity not worth leaving, and I should be going, and I should take maximum advantage of it. So that is when we decided that okay, I'll go to college. Now initially, of course, I was really frightened, but I went to Delhi with a confidence also, because I knew that I had proved myself and I am going into one of the best institutions of the country. But then when I went there, I saw that like all the people out there are like really smart, and you really have to outshine yourself to again prove yourself. I mean, okay, till this point you have proved yourself, but you need to do more, and it is really not just about academic smartness that counts here. You have to really be active, and you have to participate in a lot of other things. And I think to cope up with all of that took me a little time, because it used to get really depressing at times. Ki, okay, like I used to feel underconfident. Ki, I don't know if I'll be able to cope up with this sort of environment around me, and people are way too smart out here, and I don't know what to do. So then I was like, okay, fine, academics and all is fine. I know that I will be able to manage it, but I really need to take some other activity also, take up in college, because college is the only platform where you will actually get a chance to, do something that you really like. And that is when I decided that, okay, I will participate in dance, because I've always been really, really passionate.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
suppose a child wants to follow his passion and become a CA. So, what are those important things that you will be telling that child today? Suppose the child is there in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, or graduation. They want to follow CA. What are the three important things that you will be telling, that these are the things which you should keep in mind when you are choosing being a CA?
Okay, so for everybody out there, whosoever is watching and they want to pursue CA in their future. Firstly, I would like to tell you that whatever thoughts people feed in your mind about CA, please do not, because there are a lot of people around you who say that, okay, CA is a very difficult course. It's not very easy because CA finals is it is tough, but it's not like it is something unachievable. So do not let those external factors or the experiences of other people affect you in any way. You, again, I repeat that you have to know your capability, and if you are really willing to do something, you will definitely put in your effort in that direction, and it is never going to happen that you will not be able to achieve it if you really want that from your life. So one is that you just have to give in your dedicated like hard, you have to just work hard towards your goal. Then I think, and CA as a profession, it requires, because there is too much of studying that has to happen, and for that you have to have patience also. Sometimes it might not happen that, like, things might not go in a way that you want, because from my experience I can tell you that even I have flunked in my CA final once. And because, so yeah, here I would want to point out that you need to have the right attitude, you need to have a confidence, but you also need to have the correct appetite for confidence. Because in my case also, like, I was able to clear the first and second level of CA very smoothly. So when it came to CA final, I think somewhere I took it for granted. I was like, okay, first two levels I was able to clear, so ye bhi ho hi jayega. But that kind of attitude, it did not help me at all. So, and I flunked, and I think that was
Learning
the
lesson.
most difficult time of my life and even my family, because we were shattered from, and I think the failure of a child impacts not just you yourself, but also the family, especially when the family has had so many expectations. So I think that was one experience from which I learned that, okay, confidence is one thing, but you also don't have to take things in granted in your life. You have to keep the consistency going in the amount of hard work that you put.
So
So the second,
one is where hard work, you have to have, first I think so is the passion. You have to have the passion to
yeah,
follow what
have the
you're
passion.
following, what you're following. If
Yeah,
you,
yeah, correct.
okay, the second is if you have your passion in the right direction, then comes the next thing, that is hard work, because CA, a lot of studying needs to be done. For that matter, any profession you choose, you need to keep it in your
Correct.
mind that you have to work hard for it. No profession is that
Yeah,
easy. Only when you are passionate about something, the hard work doesn't matter to you. You feel it is okay
yeah.
because I'm working towards what I love doing. So that is one
Hmm.
factor definitely. And if you're not good in that particular area, or you don't love that area, that becomes too hard for you. You feel that you're not
Yeah,
able
correct.
to do because you're not good at it. It's not that your passion lies elsewhere. So you need to find out your passion, follow your passion. Then second is you have to
Yeah.
be willing to work very hard and have the right mindset, right attitude. As you pointed out,
Hmm.
when you are sailing through exams, somewhere down that creeps in that I will be able to do it. So then life teaches you a lesson that don't take anything for granted. Everything has its own value. Value it, work for it, working on. So as a working professional, now for 1.5 years you're working as a working professional. What are the two most things that you love about your work? Two things that you absolutely love about your work.
Okay, so my work basically includes a lot of research things. So we have clients, they'll come with different queries. So we'll have to do research. And also, it becomes a very challenging role actually, because everything has to be on the tip. Like, you have to be so active in it that, okay, because the turnaround time is really less. A client comes with a query, right, today, we have to get back to them by the end of the day. So you'll have to just keep on reading, we have to keep on doing research, we have to do brainstorming in it, and we have to come with on a conclusion. So I think that is really very interesting, because I never feel bored in my job. It is so occupying. that I'll always feel that, okay, I'm doing something and I'm learning something new every single day, because it is such a vast area in which I'm working that you absolutely cannot know everything. You will definitely have to research, you'll have to read. And because I like reading and studying and all of that, so more or less it becomes easier for me, because I don't feel bored when I have to sit and read 10 things and learn something new or make a presentation or do all of that. So I think that is one thing very interesting about my job. And the second is, I think, the teamwork and the peers, because here you have to work with a team, you have to work with number of people, and it is very interesting to see different people with different mindset come together, and when we do brainstorming and when we come up with different ideas, so you get to learn from others experiences as well. Ki, okay, you can always implement a good quality about someone else. Ki, okay, if you find that, okay, that thing in that one particular person is really good, and maybe I would want that quality in me also. Yeah, so you always get to know other people that way, and also you get get an opportunity to improve yourself that ways. So
So
I
then,
think, yeah,
those
there are many
two,
more things.
yeah, but those two are the most important
Yeah,
things. Okay.
yeah,
As
correct.
an independent woman today, you are financially
Mhm.
independent. So, what does that
Yes.
financial independence give you? What sense of power does it give you? Does it give you a sense of power that you're able to earn for yourself, spend for yourself, or do things
Yes.
that you would love to do?
Yes, of course. I mean, since as a kid only, we always have this thing in our minds. Ki, okay, once we grow up, we need to be independent, and we would, love to do things on ourselves, and we don't have to go in front of parents and ask them for everything, be it money or be it anything at all. We want to be that matured where we can take our own decisions. So I think when I have reached that stage, it gives me immense satisfaction, and seeing that pride in my parents
Eyes.
faces also, that okay, yeah,
That's
they are proud of
what you're doing.
what I have done, yeah, and what I'm doing, and like the way things have been since the very beginning and where I am today. I think that makes them also very proud. So seeing that actually makes me really happy and satisfied, that I feel okay, whatever I had worked hard for has actually paid off, and there is nothing else at all that I want in life. So
So,
yes, it definitely gives immense strength and independence. So
so
yeah, nothing better than that.
and as a profession, you have to work very hard, but whenever you work hard towards something and you achieve that financial independence, and people around you, especially
Hmm.
your parents, when they feel good about that their child has started on a journey and they have reached somewhere where they
Hmm.
can earn their own living and they are independent, that gives the parents also a lot of satisfaction, pleasure, pride, everything
Yeah,
mixed together, because they have seen you grow.
correct.
They have seen you grow. They have seen
Yeah.
you facing problems. They have seen you, falling down, getting up, dusting yourself, and working hard again. And so
Yes,
finally,
absolutely.
when you can earn your own living, that is something which they must be very, very happy and
Hmm.
proud. Okay, okay.
Correct.
So now,
And not just actually, sorry to interrupt, but I would like to add here, but it's not just about parents. Like out there also, when you go in your job, of course, like when you become an employee of a company, there are a lot of responsibilities that come on you, and you have to take the onus of your own work. And that is when you start realizing that, okay, now I have come in that stage where I have to take the responsibility for my own things, and people are actually expecting something
out
out
of
of you. And to prove yourself, you will actually do wonders. I mean, that feeling when it comes in that, okay, people are expecting something from you, and they know that you can do it, you will be good. I mean, you will definitely outperform yourself if you are there with that
mindset.
mindset. That yeah,
So,
so
so
that's also an
that's a
experience.
very fulfilling experience for you when people
Yeah,
are looking at
correct.
you
Yes.
as a person who has this particular knowledge and who will be doing this particular job. So
Right.
look in their eyes and that voice tells you that yes, I have
Yeah,
come somewhere, I have reached somewhere, and
correct.
from here I need to go elsewhere. Well, that's good. That's good. Now let me ask you one question. Right from beginning in your
Mhm.
school days, you were good in communication. Did the communication
Mhm.
or did the studying in English help you somewhere throughout your college?
Yes,
School
yeah,
was
definitely.
English medium, so you studied in English, but y'all were main
Mhm.
focus in English. Did that help in your
Right.
college life or after that or even today? Does it help? Does it really
Yeah.
help?
Yeah, I think this is something that is very, very important. I mean, it is somewhere wrong, but it's also the fact that you are looked upon by the way out there, by the way you speak English, or if you're able to speak English or not. I mean, you will definitely be, put in a category if you are not able to communicate, and people will be like, okay, if the communication skills are not good. I mean, not just about people, I think about yourself also. You will feel that confidence if you're good in communicating,
Mhm.
because it is really very important that you will be meeting 10 people, even in your job, even in your college. I think you will be meeting 10 people, and if you're not able to properly communicate, that will be a major obstruction in your personal life also, and in your, maybe it's academically, or maybe it's your career in future. But I think having good communication skills is very, very, very important.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, correct.
now you had a goal, you finished your CA, now you are having a job. I want to ask you that somewhere in the future you will be choosing your partner. Now, what are those one or two quality which you look for in your partner as and when you have?
Okay. Mhm. Okay, that's a very interesting question. But I think one thing that is very important that should be there in a partner is the compatibility. If my partner is not understanding what I want from my life, or is not understanding the decisions that I take in life, he's not being supportive of those decisions, I think things can never work out. And so I think it's very important that the person should be on the same page, or have the same kind of mindset that you have. It can never be like, okay, you are wanting something okay, it can be that you are wanting something else from your life and he's wanting something else from your life, but it's just that you need to understand each other, even if your goals are
Different.
different in life. Yeah, but you have to be supportive to each other, every aspect of your life. I think that is one major thing. I think being supportive, yes. And second, I don't know, but I think for me, it's majorly being supportive only in whatever I do, whatever I have to do. There shouldn't be any, restrictions, or in my mind also, there shouldn't be anything, okay, I have to think 10 times whether he will like it or not if I am doing something,
So
or
basically,
it shouldn't be that.
you have your life, you have your job, and whenever
Yeah.
you are searching for a
Yeah.
partner, you want to have a partner who understands the amount of hard work you have put in to reach where you are today, respect you for
Right,
that,
right,
and when you are
correct.
dreaming to go to the next level, be understanding and
Mhm.
supportive and see that dream where you are going. He should be happy for where you are going. That is
Exactly.
one of the most important aspect for you. And likewise, you also
Yeah.
want to get back the same, that if you want to reach somewhere, I am there to support you to reach. So basically, you want an equal footing to walk together in the path of life. That is what you
Yes,
want.
correct.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great because you
Yeah.
you have come up, you have come in your life walking certain places, doing a lot of hard work and reaching a stage where you need to take your life forward. And as and when you want a partner in your life, you also want to grow in that relationship, not
Right.
fragmented in that
Correct.
relationship. You want to grow in that relationship.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea. It's a very good idea. So we have come to the end of today's session. It was such a pleasure talking to you because we see you growing up in front of our eyes when you come as a little girl and then you grow up and you reach a certain place. And talking to you is a pleasure because the hard work that you have put in, you are reaping the benefit of it. Talking to you is a pleasure because of the dreams that are there in your eyes of reaching to still higher heights. So our blessings will always be with you so that you can soar to any height that you dream of.